We are basically a year away from WrestleMania 41. What I thought we could do today is talk about who will be champion at the next year's WrestleMania. Because I started to think with the draft coming up, we might not be too far off with some of these picks, but comment below some of your picks for next year's WrestleMania. I'm gonna start things off with the new WWE World Tag Team Championships. Right now, they're being held by Awesome Truth. I don't think that's gonna last. Talking about WrestleMania, who's gonna have the belts, walk out with the belts, retain the belts? For those titles, I'm actually gonna say Jimmy and Jay. I'm gonna say Jimmy and Jay Uso reunite over the course of the year, and by next year's WrestleMania, they're walking out with the World Tag titles. Their WrestleMania match one-on-one, it didn't click, like, at all. And I think that the two of them are gonna be really involved this year with the Bloodline, the new Bloodline with Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, Solo. They're gonna be dealing with all of that. And I think that eventually it will culminate with them reuniting, getting that big tag team moment again as brothers. They get a victory at WrestleMania. All right, the women's tag team titles. These things are really floating around to me, and I do think that Jade Cargill and Bianca will get those belts sooner rather than later. I think they will probably take it off Kabuki Warriors, but I don't think that they're gonna hold them for a whole year despite them probably needing to. I think they'll break up before then, and then you'll see Jade in a one-on-one match maybe at WrestleMania. But I digress. For the women's tag team title, like, they make teams like Ivy Nile, Maxine Dupree. You got a bunch of makeshift teams. You got some teams in there. Kaden Carter, Katana Chance. I think if the landscape of the roster is more or less the same, I'm gonna say that Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are gonna win the women's tag team titles. Maybe they'll retain them. They'll get them before WrestleMania. But I'm gonna pick those two having those belts for WrestleMania, because I think the likes of, say, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, probably still a team. Maybe Chelsea will get a new partner, or I like to see Chelsea Green just go solo and do her own thing. Win Money in the Bank, Chelsea Green. Come on. Now let's continue the theme with SmackDown Tag Team Champions, which I think are going to get rebranded to WWE Tag Team Champions or Undisputed Tag Team Champions, despite it being disputed. Does WWE not understand when you call something undisputed, there are not supposed to be other things around it? Like, we have the Undisputed Championship, but you have the World Heavyweight title, thus making the Undisputed Championship disputed. Nevertheless, A-Town Down Under are your current tag team champions. Now, I do not think that they will hold these belts for the entire year. I think, I'm going to pick it right now, the Creed brothers are going to end up with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I do think with the draft coming up, I think you take Chad Gable, you take the Creed brothers. There's the conversations of them being their own faction, which I love. To me, it's going to be Team Gable. They're going to be heels. They're going to run shot on SmackDown. It feels like a good fit. They dress in blue as well, so that all kind of works in my brain. And I'm going to say the Creed brothers walk out. They're going to be heel tag team champions on SmackDown. It'll be a good fit. You got Chad Gable in the corner. Maybe he'll be a champion as well. We'll talk about Chad probably in a minute. But Creed brothers, tag team champions on SmackDown. WrestleMania 41. All right, mid-card belts. The United States Championship. Logan Paul holds the belt right now. I think Logan Paul will continue to be United States Champion for quite a while. I think they're going to kind of slow burn this thing, make him more credible. Logan Paul, I don't care for him outside of WWE, but within the world of wrestling, he's done his job, and he's done a very good job as a heel. I will go with next year's WrestleMania. He got the sneaky victory in the triple threat at WrestleMania 40. I don't think Logan Paul he might not even be United States Champion at 41. Maybe he will. Maybe it'll be a big deal that he's held the belt for like a year, and they'll give him the nice big record. So if you're gonna get someone to beat Logan Paul's record, let's assume he's champion all the way through. I think that walking out of WrestleMania 41, LA Knight, yeah, is going to be your United States Champion. I don't unfortunately see, as much as I want it to happen, I don't see LA Knight winning world title or undisputed title. Think he's in there for that mid card? The US title really feels like a good fit. I would have said at Mania 40 it should have been LA Knight, but we got the fun match with AJ Styles. United States Champion, LA Knight. Yes, hi, if it's your first day here, welcome. I'm Matt, but also I'm a Wish version of LA Knight, apparently. I know the resemblance. Yeah. Your Intercontinental Champion. No. I don't see Sami Zayn holding on to this belt all the way to WrestleMania 41. I think he will drop it way before then. The draft will be interesting, but we got to look at some possibilities here. There are some people that could be, and doesn't mean like Sami's even going to walk in with the title. Maybe he will be. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just, maybe it's a multi-man match. The draft is going to change everything. Then they also do cross-brand stuff where people just go after belts anyways by the time WrestleMania hits the door. The IC title I find a little tricky. There are some names that I have as like contenders. Andrade being one of them. Braun Strowman could be one if he returns and he's like with Uncle Howdy and they do some spooky stuff. Chad Gable finally getting that Intercontinental title. Braun Breaker maybe has a breakout thing. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Ray, Roman Reigns. I'm kidding. I think coming out of WrestleMania 41, I don't think any of those people are going to be Intercontinental Champion. I kind of think Chad has a chance. Maybe gets that, but Mania, maybe not. I'm going to say right now that AJ Styles, whichever way it happens, is walking out WrestleMania 41 Intercontinental Champion. He's had losses at WrestleMania for the last several years. He hasn't really quite won the big one. And I think AJ, if he continues to be a heel all year long, maybe he's got like some Bullet Club stuff happening going on. Everyone gets a faction these days. I am gonna say AJ Styles IC champion by all accounts, everything said and done. Mania 41. I don't know who his opponent would be, but it would be a good look for AJ to have that IC title. I think someone dominant, big name, former champion, former world champion. Get some good competition coming out of 41 for AJ Styles. WWE Women's Championship. Bayley has the belt right now. I don't see Bayley holding this thing very long. Like, I think she's gonna have a great run as a face, but I think you're gonna get a heel in there to take it off of her. The draft will prove interesting if they keep her on SmackDown. Feels like a good fit. But I'm gonna say for 41, it's a long shot. It's gonna predict Money in the Bank, but not. I'm gonna say at WrestleMania 41, Tiffany Stratton is going to win the Women's Championship. She will be holding that belt at 41. And I think that Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green, they are right now my two front runners for Money in the Bank. Chelsea would be like just hilarious and have so much fun as Miss Money in the Bank. It would just be good. It fits her character. She can get mad at management for screwing her over when she's gonna like attempt to cash in. And Tiffany Stratton is like rising up very quickly already. And I think, and she's already mixing it up with Bayley and Naomi and all of that. I think you keep building Stratton. She could hold on. She could win Money in the Bank. And then she could do a cash in at Money in the Bank against whoever is champion, and that would get her over, and then she can move on and she can be that kind of sneaky heel that way. Tiffany Stratton, your women's champion, walking out of WrestleMania. The interesting one, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. It is vacant right now. We are going to get a new champion. It might be Liv Morgan, Nia Jax. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I think by WrestleMania 41, it's gonna be an interesting scene. Rhea Ripley will be back, and she will be back in time for WrestleMania 41. If it's going to be Rhea again, either walking into Mania 41 with the belt or challenging for it, she's probably going to be in that main event scene if she's staying on that brand with that belt. She's going to need opponents. She needs a big match. She's had the Becky Lynch feud. She's had the Charlotte feud. I think you're going to see Bianca Belair walk out world champion, women's world heavyweight champion, Mania 41, probably against Rhea Ripley walking in as champion, because then you're going to say Rhea won at 39, the belt. She retained it at 40. She's gone through 2 of the horsewomen. Then at 41, you get Bianca Belair, who is, I believe she is undefeated at WrestleMania. And they've teased it last year. Bianca and Rhea were both champions, SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion, having that face-off, and then they've separated brands. I think you bring that back, Bianca wins, and Bianca kind of goes with this undefeated streak at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair, World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah. Then the Men's World Heavyweight Championship. Right now, Damian Priest holding on that belt, and I don't see that lasting more than a couple of months. I don't know what they're gonna do with Priest. I like Priest. I think Priest has got a lot of things to do. He's got to break off from Judgment Day. Got to see him do his thing on his own. He looks good with the World Heavyweight title, and I'm happy for Priest. He's an old guy, but he's young champion. Priest is going in, coming out, that's what she said, with the World Heavyweight Championship. I do believe that at WrestleMania 41, I'm gonna say Seth Rollins wins the world title. Probably would have guessed CM Punk, but I think Punk and Drew are going to take you through the summer, and it's going to be summer of Punk and Drew. And then I think you are going to get Punk getting that belt, and he's going to get it maybe off Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest. But some way, I think Punk walks into WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion. I think he has that match against Seth, and Seth gets a win at Mania. I think you need to do it that way. Maybe Punk's a heel. Maybe they're just 2 grizzled, grumpy old guys, and they're going to fight for that belt. I think Seth needs the win after everything that was done at WrestleMania 40, and keep looking back. 38, he lost to Cody Rhodes, making his triumphant return to WWE. 39, he beat Logan Paul. And then 40, he lost everything. So I could see them wanting to give Seth a big win at WrestleMania. He could be in some celebrity match also and not do that, and it could be Punk or someone else. I don't know. But I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna say Seth Rollins. He's gonna return in like SummerSlam or something, and give him some time off, and he'll come back, and maybe he'll be a big heel, and then give him a win at WrestleMania against CM Punk. And then they got the big one, Cody Rhodes, your undisputed WWE champion. They shortened the name now, which is a nice change in pace. I think Cody's getting a refresh belt. I think he gets some hybrid winged eagle WWE thing, and he gets his own championship. This is tricky, because I don't know. I don't know if Cody Rhodes is even going to be holding that belt at WrestleMania 41. I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like it could be The Rock. Yeah, I don't think Roman Reigns is going to be in the belt scene. Cody's going to probably stand there's 2 nights of WrestleMania. This is the tricky thing with all of this. Rock and Roman, I think, is probably going to be Mania Night 2 main event. The biggest main event of all time kind of thing, right? That could have the belt involved. Rock could be champion, do another video on that and predicting The Rock's whole future with this thing. I don't think Roman's getting the belt. So kind of like, is The Rock champion and walking in or out as champion night 2? Thinking. I kind of see in my head, I see Cody versus like Randy, night 1 main event. And I think you end it with a good note. I think Cody's, either he's going to lose the title this year at some point and get it back. I think Cody is going to hold that belt high at WrestleMania 41. I gotta assume, because like Cody's gonna be in the main event. He's the guy. So you're gonna have Cody in the main event scene, probably retain the belt. But the Rock and Roman thing, I think, will take up another night of WrestleMania. So Cody Rhodes, he's one way or another, he's holding that belt high at WrestleMania 41, maybe on night 1. But what are your predictions for next year's WrestleMania? It's fun to predict a few things and get silly with it. If you like videos like this, click right here, because we got more topics talking about WWE and all the shenanigans going on over there. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.